Welcome back to Languess, the language guessing game. Right now, we have two contestants, Breeda and Jackie, and they are neck and neck. Breeda at 9.5 and Jackie at 8. Let's see how they do on this third language. Let's get started.
Map gen yon go surprise si yo konen ki lang ma pale. Moun ki pale lang sa, sorti an ti il, nan glo lan, an ti paye, ke me konen ou apre konen.
So what do you guys think it is? First impressions.
His voice is so solemn, sounds like he's trying to whisper something.
Whoever's voice this is, it's a great voice.
I'll be sure to tell him. He'll be watching. You don't have to guess the topic here, just the language.
Okay.
Do you guys want to do the ABCD?
I do because, well, my first impressions are I heard K a lot, like QUE, and I heard parlay perhaps, and paillis, and those are my first impression is maybe French. But I know it's not French because French is taught at TCNJ. So maybe some variation of French, like I don't even know. So I'd like the multiple choice just to narrow it down because I have some
Jackie,
idea,
would
but
you
not
also
really.
like the multiple choice?
Yeah, I'd like the choice, please.
No going back. Okay. Your options are Creole, Patois, Swahili, and Wolof.
What was the first one again?
Creole.
I'm gonna go with B, Patois. Final answer.
I'm gonna go with A, Creole, because of French Creole, I believe it's a thing, so I'll go with A.
We had
So
that.
1 point for Breeda and Jackie, I'm sorry, it was Creole.
Oh my god,
I
would
was
do
between
Patois.
A and B. I was between A and B, and I was my gut said A, and I went with B.
Okay, my gut said B, and I went with A because Patois sounds French, so I was like, it must be that.
That's the only when you read. If you didn't read B, all of them again, I would have said A. And then I was like, oh, B was like Patois. I was like, oh, that kind of sounded like the language.
This is Haitian Creole, not French Creole. This is Haitian Creole. It's mostly referred to as Creole. Patois or Patois, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it, is the Jamaican Patois. So
Half of these languages in this one I haven't heard of.
you haven't heard of Swahili?
I said half. I haven't heard of Wolof and Patois.
Oh, okay.
Sir,
Now for the bonus question. What was Haiti's former name before independence?
I feel like I knew this once in my life, but without looking at the answer, I wouldn't have known.
Back in history class, we definitely went over this.
Yeah.
Does it begin with an S?
Yes, it does. I will give you that. It does start with an S.
I know they were occupied by France, but I don't.
This is history right now. Like, she's good at history.
I went back to my modern Euro again.
Part 2.
It's not even Euro. It's not Europe. So no, I don't know what's wrong with that one.
It's just history. She's just good.
Just
Little History Channel moment.
She's the new History Channel.
It's just her. It's just Breeda.
I can't think of it. I know it begins with an S. I just can't think of it.
I have no idea. No clue.
It was formerly called Saint Domingue.
No bonus points. So
No
sorry.
bonus points, unfortunately. Let's move on to round 2 with some language-related trivia. Does the majority of Creole's vocabulary come from French or African origins?
I'm gonna say French, just based on the recording. I'm just thinking back to the words that were said, and I could kind of identify maybe 60% as possibly French origin. So I'll go with French.
I was
Jacqueline?
gonna say French at first because of the same reason Breeda just said, and then there is the other one that you mentioned was African descent. So I don't know if that's like a mind trick game. I'm gonna say French.
You are correct. The majority of vocabulary.
Yes.
You have to be very careful here. I said the word vocabulary. The structure is more similar to African languages.
You guys both get 2 points.
2 points.
And now for the bonus question for a point. How would you spell Creole in Creole?
Same, like it's the same English letters, and you don't have to get the accents right. If there are any. Oh, I spoke too much. I think it's Creole Haitian, but I'm not sure. I don't want to. That's how I think it would be said, but I don't know if I'm overcompensating to make it sound somewhat French, but not French.
I wrote down something, but I don't know. I'm not confident in it.
I'm not either.
That's okay, girlies.
I don't like this game.
You don't like this game? Who said this? Who said this?
No one. Put your answers up.
But you're
No.
okay. So, no, I think I actually threw on a Breeda. It's still Creole. It's just Creole is like Haitian. Like think of, like you put the adjective after. So it's Creole Haitian, like Haitian. I don't know. Yeah, Haiti. I think that's what you like Haitian. So that's.
But it's just spelled like Creole.
It's no. It's not spelled just like Creole. It is Kreyool.
No, but you don't write the ASEAN.
Yeah, you don't write the Haitian. No.
That's what I was trying to say.
Oh,
That really confused me, Ferris. Not gonna lie.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. No,
Write
definitely.
it how you would have.
I literally this. That's how I would have done it.
Yeah.
So
That's how you spell it in
Still
French,
wrong.
I think. You got the like.
I had this before. I had like Creole like that.
I like how yours was. Oh, that was close.
Oh my god, that was so close.
I literally had that and I erased it.
The other one was Creole. It was like
It's
cereal.
literally
Like,
that with a
I
K.
thought I was overthinking it, and I was like, "Oh, it's probably just this." And then
oh, God.
I would have vouched for 0.5 there for you.
Yeah, me too.
I guess I have very tricky games. Good.
Well, now we're into the last part where you have to listen to Creole and guess what it is.
can't even.
So I think this is the trickiest.
This is the hardest one. No, actually, it might be easier than Russian, but we'll see.
Bonjour, moi avec zami moi Faris, ten en centre pour étudier. Il était mandem pour parler un petit créole pour lui, mais il pas connaît qui ça m'est dit. Il seulement connaît français.
That was really hard. I think, well, so I picked out a few words. First word was bonjour, hello. Then I think this person said their name. My name is blank, and I thought I heard Alex maybe in the first. Then after that, I think they were talking about how they learned Creole. So I think they said my mom speaks Creole, and then it cut out again, and I'm not sure what was said. And then the last word was français, which is French. That's as far as I could get.
Becca, do we think? She got a word, so that's 2 points.
No, she got like 2 words.
What's the other word?
She got, I guess she got 1, French, but bonjour wasn't necessarily said, but it was French. So I can think 2.
2?
points.
Okay. So you were slightly off with the topic. Like you added too many details. Like you're like, I think his name's Alex. No.
I was just going with it, really. I
I
just.
mean,
You're
literally,
reading a
that's
story.
insane, though, that you got, that you picked things out. That was so good, because I listened along, and that was hard.
But they were wrong. They were random things. So.
Still.
Wait, I'm just curious, because I did listen to it. Did it have anything to do with girlfriend? Like, did he mention his girlfriend at all or anything? Okay.
Not at all. Not at all. You guys are like, you guys are trying to insert yourself into this smooth talking man's sentence.
Ferris, read it.
This person's saying that he's single, just curious.
So now I'm going to read the sentence. The sentence reads, Ferris and I were talking in the tutoring center once when he asked me to speak Creole and he had no idea what I was saying. This is a true story. So when you heard like Madame, it was like it was more like Mon ami. So
Are you sure that was the one? Because he just
think
said
it is.
bonjour in the beginning.
un jour, he's saying one day.
I heard bonjour.
I heard bonjour.
Wow.
Because you guys don't have the French ear like I do. I have the ear for
So,
French.
so wait, she still gets 2 points.
She gets 2 points.
Did she get French? Didn't she say French at the end?
Yes, she did get the French, so we will.
That's just 1 for me.
Yeah, we got, and then You did talk about Creole. You got French and Creole.
Yeah, but I think just French is.
Okay, so we'll give you 2 points.
All right, we're moving on. It's Jackie's turn.
La langue, senti kon français, mwen créole gen en l'autre phrase. La phrase gen qualité kon la langue de l'Ouest Africa.
So he does say Creole, and he does say in France you can speak Creole. There's the structure of, because I remember Ferris said the structure comes from Africa, and so I'm guessing he's saying something along, because I know he said Africa and he said Creole. In France you can speak Creole. Part of the language comes from Africa.
That was like pretty spot on.
The only reason I said I think this is because Ferris, when he was giving us the multiple choice, he said that it's between Africa or Brazil or whatever it was, and he said, "Oh, be careful."
For French and like
Yeah,
African
French.
origins.
French.
You fully get 6 points because you had a rough translation.
Although it may sound like French, Creole has a completely different structure. The structure is actually more similar to languages in West Africa.
I think that's a rough translation because she had all of the points, but it just wasn't connected in the sentence, the way the sentence.
No, the second sentence was almost like perfect. That was like probably the best you could do.
I agree too. That
Okay.
was like amazing.
Yeah, that was
Only
insane.
because of the hint that Ferris gave before. That's the only reason I think I kind of partially got it.
Well, it
But-
wasn't a hint. It was too much information too early.
Hey, but I listened. That's
Yeah,
the
that-
story
And that's the moral of the
of the story.
So
You
then,
listen.
Hashtag listen.
Drum roll, please, for the points. Breeda got 14.5 points, and Jackie came in at the end, last second, with 16 points.
Jackie, yes!
Jackie, you earned it with that last translation, which was pretty much exact. So
Yeah, that was
amazing.
That was because I had a hint, I felt. But I think, Breeda, the Russian stuff, I didn't know that question at all. So I felt like you did really good. You're well educated in the Russian category.
You guys both win in my heart.
Thank you. That's all that really matters.
Yes.
All right, so thank you both for playing with us. What did you think? Wasn't it so much easier than you thought it would be?
Sir.
Are you kidding? Ferris, that was so hard, and having to translate languages that we're really not familiar with was just beyond hard. But this was really fun, and I think now I know a little bit more about all these languages, especially Creole. So that's really cool.
I completely agree with Breeda. I think that this was way harder than what I expected it to be. I don't know what I signed up for. However, I did learn, and I feel like a lot of my Russian category and Creole facts are in check. So if anyone tries to test me, they're gonna lose, because now I know. So thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much for playing our Languess game. Ferris, thank you for putting it together, and thank you guys for being contestants and all the people that submitted everything. It was hard but fun.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.